Okay, you're going to get conflicting information. I'm Tracey Bryant Stuckey. I'm your master renewal coach. And this is my opinion and my opinion only. There are other candidate support providers, districts around the country that will say different. But here's what I say. I say all of my candidates that I coach should start with component 4. And why? Because it's the beast. It's the biggest one. It's the one that's going to take the most time to put together, to really wrap your brain around. And you are the freshest at the beginning of the school year. Plus, in component 4, you'll be using things that you've done in the year prior as far as your professional growth. And you're going to have to use student assessment. So when do we do a lot of our student assessment? And really talk to other people, collaborate with others. It's at the beginning of the school year where we talk about our students with the teachers they had last year. We get to know them through their parents. The guidance counselors really are supporting us. Other colleagues, as I've said before, you're doing lots of team planning. You're really trying to put things in motion for the child that are perfect for each student's needs. So I feel like we're naturally doing what component 4 wants us to do, and it takes so much time to wrap your brain around it and figure out what to do. For me and the National Board for Professional Teaching Standards initial process, component 4 comes first. And I would do that in September and October. That's what I do. Then in November, December, January, because those months are a little crazy with all the holidays and all of that, I move my candidates into component 3. Now, why do I do that? Well, it's your videotape lesson. Your kids are still, really kind of into learning. It's still the fall. They're new. You're really teaching full on. They're still kind of excited that you're their teacher. And you have had time to warm up to them by November, December, January to really know their idiosyncrasies and to really reflect on your teaching of them. You would have reflected on strategies that work and that do not work when it comes to teaching them by November. And by that time also, you will be into science, social studies, math, that they're really starting to pick up on. So, and I'm speaking really for a generalist when I say science, social studies, and math. But anyway, it's just kind of mid-year. It's just kind of a good part of the year where you really can focus on your teaching through videotaping yourself and picking that perfect lesson. That perfect 2 lessons may not come until after Christmas in January. That's okay, no worries, but it's your focus. Your focus is on being reflective and on what your teaching practice looks like and analyzing it to its fullest. So I would take that time period for component 3. Then I push my candidates into component 2 in February, March, and April, part of April. And I don't do component 2 until then because typically this is writing for a lot of you, and the students really need time to grow in this area, and you really need time to teach a lot of baseline prerequisites so you can really see growth. You know how we come back to school from after Christmas, especially if we teach littles, I'm a little teacher, and light bulbs just start coming on, and they really come on in March, and you're like, wow, all this stuff I've been doing all year, it's finally clicking, and they're applying it. Well, in component 2, you're dealing with differentiated instruction. And through that, there's a lot of application. So you want the kids to be able to apply in a lot of your certifications. It's going to be in written form. Now, not all, but a lot of them. So component 2 is that portfolio that is different for all of you. So it's really very specific to whatever certification. Whereas 4 and 3 are quite similar for all 25 certification areas. Okay, so then by mid to late April, I want my candidates submitting their portfolios when that portal opens to submit those 3, and then work the rest of April, all of May, and part of June to working on component 1 if they haven't already done that. and take that test by mid-June so they don't lose their whole summer having to study for it. So that is, in a nutshell, the way I would tackle the National